but this is the only time I got to actually start recording and uploading it on YouTube. Let's start. So here, what is the corner shelf of the diagram in a quarter of a circle that has radius 6 inches? So what is the perimeter? Now perimeter, is everything outside. The perimeter 6 and 6 inches already given to you, but what is the perimeter left? It's this top part. Now how do you find the outline of a circle? The outline of a circle is a circumference, right? So that is 2 times pi times r. Now the 2 times pi times r is for the whole circle. Do you want the whole circle? No, you want the quarter of a circle. So you will divide this by 4. So you can only get the part. So you won't be getting the whole circle. You'll be only getting this part of the circle. So this part, the fourth part. So let's say it's like this. You divide into 4 equal parts. You only be getting this one, right? Then you have 2 pi r. You'll solve this. The radius is already written for you, 6 inches. If it's not, you can figure it out from here as well. This is it. So what is going to be? 2 pi times 6 divided by 4. That's going to be 12 pi over 4. 12 pi over 4, you will simplify this and you'll get 3 pi. So we're done with the pi part, like the circumference part of the circle, the outline. We have found that. Now what is left behind? 6 and 6. What's 6 and 6? Plus 12. Then we found the whole perimeter. 12 plus 3 pi, this one. The next one you have here is what is the area of the shelf? So the area of the shelf, what is the formula? Again, the formula that we have is for the whole circle. Do you want the whole circle? No, you just want a quarter of it. So when you're talking about the whole circle, the area of the whole circle, it will be everything inside the circle. So this one and everything inside, right? Everything inside the circle. But we don't want everything inside of the circle. We just want what's inside in here. This part, only the quarter of the circle we need. So the quarter of the area that we need of a circle. So what will we do? We'll follow the formula pi r square as normal, but this is for the whole circle. Do we want the whole circle? No, we want the quarter area of it, because they've only given us quarter of the shape. So that's going to be 5 times 5, 6 times 6 is 36, pi over 4. That is 9. There you go. You'll get 9 pi. There you go. Let's go to the next one now. Here, of course, the circumference, the easiest way to do this is you can see that 4 was the circumference of the small wheel was changed to 320. Whatever you do to the first ratio, you also do to the second ratio, right? And you can see 7. So what did you multiply 4 by? You multiplied that by 80. So you do the same thing by 7. You also multiply this by 80. Now, why is this so easy for us? Because remember, in the formula 2 pi r, what is changing? Only the radius, right? Only the radius is what matters. So when you, in the smaller wheel, you change the radius by multiplying by 80, you do the same thing with the larger wheel, because only the radius is changing. So we can multiply them and we can find the circumference of the large wheel, which is 560. The next one, what do you do? Is that you have a question where they're saying if a radius of a large wheel is a over pi centimeters, what is the value of a? Now you know that circumference is what is given. So circumference is what's given to you here. So use that to your advantage and find what a is. And they said the radius of the large wheel. So we have to use the circumference of the large wheel. So a to the 2 pi r. Okay. So what is 2 times pi times what is radius? Radius, we replace it by a over pi because that's what they said it is, right? We cross out the pi's. What are we left with? 2a is equals to 560. Now divide the 560 by 2, you'll get a, which is 280. There you go. Now here also numerical, the ratio of area to circumference of a circle is 9 to 2. The same thing, you'll do it again. The area to the circumference. What have they given you here? The circumference. You multiply this by what to get 18? By 9. So you'll also multiply the first number by 9. So 9 times 9 is 81. here, Mr. Brown, with the surrounding track surface, we have done this in your AMS as well. So let's track this. So the track is going to go outside all of this, right? So what are the shapes that we have to find the outline of? So one is the circle, okay? One is the circle, it's this one. And the other one is the rectangular, right? So the circle is going to be complete. So now the outline of the circle is going to be 2 pi times r. So 2, what is pi, times 3.14, okay, 3.14 times 100, right? Because look, what have they given you here? When there's the diameter, but they have given you the diameter. What is the diameter? It starts from one end of a circle and reaches the other end of the circle. This is the diameter, not the radius. Radius is half of that. So 200 divided by 2. Now I know some people use the formula pi times diameter. Here you don't have to use the radius. You can multiply pi and d directly, but we will just go with this now because we have been using it for the past previous quizzes as well. So 2 pi r, 2 times 3.14 times 100. What do we get here? Just a minute. 3.14 times 100 times 2 is 628 for the whole circle. You got the outline of the whole circle by finding the circumference. Remember, the circumference is how you find the outline of a circle. What's left behind? 350. So let's change the color. 350 here and 350 here. Okay, so 350 here and 350 here. So these are the outlines that are left. So then we will be adding the fence over all of it, the pink and the yellow part. So 350 and 350. Okay, that will be 700 in total. 628 plus 700. What is that? 1328. So you'll be putting the fence. This is the meters that you're putting the fence around. 1328. Now remember that they have not changed the units. It just stays meter. So don't worry about that. The next one, what is the area of a track? Now the area again, what are the two shapes here? A rectangular and a circle. So pi r square is the area. And what is the area of the rectangular? Length times width. There you go, you have the both formulas in front of you. So pi r square is pi. We know the radius is half of this, right? Because they've given you the diameter. Again, the diameter extends from one point to the other. We don't want that. We want half of that. So we divide by 2 and we get 100. So pi times 100 times 100. Okay, so this is the equation. So pi times 100 times 100. So what is that? 3.14 times 100 times 100. What do you get? 31,31400. 0. That is the area of the circle. You have found the area of a circle. Now what's left behind? The area of a rectangular. So 350 times 2. 350 times 200, sorry. 350 times 200. This one. You will take, this is the length, and this is the width, right? This is how you find the area of a rectangle. So 350 times 200. So 350 times 200, you'll get 70,000. Okay, I'll remove this. I'll just write it underneath it. Now you have found the area of both of the shapes. So you just write underneath it 70,000. Okay, you add them together. What do you get? Plus 31400. You get 101,400. So 101,400. There you go. That is your answer for the area. Let's go to the next question. Here, they have given you the radius. What is the area of the circle, right? Just jump into the question directly. What is the area? Area is pi r square. Pi r square. What is pi? 22 over 7. What is radius? They have given it to you. So times 14 times 14. I don't know why so many students are getting confused with the r to the power of 2. That's just r multiplied twice. So 14 times 14. So you can simplify this. You can cross this as 1, 2. All right, and then 22 times 2 is 44. 44 times 14 is 616. That is your answer here, 616. So 616. The next one is your, another circle has radius 3 times larger. What is 3 times larger? The radius is 3 times larger. Don't get confused. Don't multiply part A by times 3. No, the radius. So 14 times 3 is what? 14 times 3 is 42. When you know 14 times 3 is 42, just now sorry, use use the formula pi r square. So r square. So pi is what? 22 over 7. Again, 42 times 42 times 42 times 42. Okay, you can simplify this. You can cross this out as 1. You can make this as 6. Now simplify. What is 6 times 22 times 42? What is that? 5544. Okay, so this is 5544. Now, another thing. Now, the last step. You can see that they have written the ratio of the area of a circle, which is 616, to part A, which is part A, to the area of a circle, part B, right? They made a ratio, right? Part B. Let's just write B here. So now 616 was divided completely by itself. So it was divided complete by itself. Now remember, when it's a ratio, do you divide the first number, whatever you divide the first number by, you have to divide the same with the same number with the second one. So the second one will be 5544, 5544, and then you divide this by 616, the same thing that you divided the first number with. So 5544 divided by 616 is going to give you a whole number, so 9. There you go. I hope you understood that. Now this one, the same thing, you will do it here. But here you don't have to include the pi because the pi is dropped from the formula right into the answer. So the area is pi r squared. What is your radius? 7 times 7, that is 49, right? And the pi just went from the formula right into the answer. So 49. Let's just write here 49. The next one, what is the circumference of a given circle, is pi. The circumference of the given circle, now what is 2 pi r? Now what is 2 pi r? 2 pi dropped into the answer. What's 2 times r? That's 2 times 14. So there you go, you found the circumference. 2 times 14. Now the next one, the last one, is just a ratio. But be careful, what do they want in the ratio first and what do they want second? So what is area? Sorry, 49 to 14. That is 7 to 2. So it's 7 to 2. Let's go to the next one. Here the same thing. Now this is just, it's just easy, don't get confused here. They want the ratio of a circumference of smaller circle to the larger circle. You can just take these two numbers. Either you would like to do like 12. What is the circumference, right? It's going to be 2 pi r. 2 pi r, this is the formula, right? So you can put it in here, 12 in here, then make another formula, 2 pi r, for the large circle, right? Circumference, right? Smaller circle circumference, large circle circumference, they're asking for the ratio. You put the 30 here. Now what can you do? 2 times r, which is 12, times pi. Now look, pi is at the top and it's at the bottom as well. You can cross them out. You can only cross out the pi. Don't cross out any of the other numbers. So 2 pi over r. Cross out the pi's. Okay, the radiuses are different. And you can do 24 over 2 times 30, 60. Now just simplify it. You'll get 12 over 30. Simplify it again, you'll get 6 over 5, 6 over 15. And then again, you'll simplify it, get 2, the 6 divided by 3, do that, you'll get 2 over 5. Right, yeah, you'll get 2 over 5. Now, you will do this way, and I know some people will get confused that why aren't you cancelling 2 and r? I mean, r you can't cancel because they're different numbers. Why can't you just cancel 2? You can do that as well. You can cancel these 2, and you can cancel these 2. And what is left behind? The radiuses. So 12 over 30. And you can just simplify it directly from here. 12 divided by 30 is what? Divide by 3. You get 4 over 10. Again, divide by 2. You'll get 2 over 5. The same thing. Okay? So you can cancel 2 pi and 2 pi. What is left behind? The radiuses only. So then you can just put them in the numerator and denominator, however they have told you. Circumference of the small circle comes first and then the larger circle. And then you put it and you get the answer. 2 over 5. The next one here is the same thing. Area of a given circle. You'll do the same thing. Area of a given circle is what? Pi r squared. Now pi r squared, the pi is already, look, they have given you in the options, the pi is written there. What's r? 5. So 5 times 5 is 25 pi. The next one, what is the circumference? 2 pi r. So 2 pi r is what? 2 times 5 times pi. So what is that? 10 pi. And then you simplify it, exactly simplify it the way they have told you. Like first write the numbers. Ratio of the area is what? 25. What is the ratio of the area is 25. What is the circumference? That's 10, right? And then you divide both of these by 5. What do you get? 5 here and 2 in the second one. Okay, there you go. Let's go to the next one. Here, what is the diameter? They have given you already the formula. So just put the formula, 67 times 3.14. 67 times 3.14. What's that? 210. They want the whole centimeter. They do not want you to put the decimal number. So 210. Now here also we have done this question previously. They want the outline of the circle first. They'll ask you for the outline of the circle first, and then you need to add this part. So what is the outline of the circle? The outline of the circle is going to be 2 pi r. Okay, 2 pi r. So what is 2 pi r? 2 pi r. So the pi they have given you, 22 over 7. What is the radius? What is the radius? The radius is going to be half of this, right? Because it's extending from one point to the other. We don't want that. We only want half of that. So that's 42. Now times 2. Now remember, this formula, 2 pi r, is for the whole circle. You don't want the whole circle. You want half of it. So whatever answer you get here, you divide by 2. Okay, so 2 times, we can also simplify here further. It will get 1 here and 6 here. Okay, so 2 times 22 times 6, that's 264. You're not going to use 264. You're going to divide this by 2 because it's a semicircle, not a circle. So divide by 2. 132 plus, again, you have only found out, let's delete everything, so 132. You've only found out the outline of the semicircle, the outside part. Now what is the inside part that's missing? This one. This is missing. So you need to add that as well because you must have put the ribbon all over the outline. So 84. What's that? 6. 1 here, 1 up, 216. There you go. The next one, the area of a round table with circumference 10 pi. What will you do here? What is the formula for circumference? 2 times pi times r, right? 2 times pi times r is equals to 10 pi, right? Now you want to find the radius because remember what's in the area. In the area, there's only one thing. That's the radius. And the pi is already, they dropped it into the answer. So you only need to focus on the radius, how to find that. So what is 2 pi r? You will find the radius. So 2 pi is here. You'll bring it down here. You'll divide it. 2 pi. What is the radius now? These two. You'll simplify it. You'll get r as 5. You'll put this 5 in this equation. So which is 5 times 5, 25. Just write here 25 and there you go. You're done. Okay. And here, what are you doing? The question is a bit long, but you will take it step by step. So again, you want the outline of the circle, right? I mean, the outline of the circle. So what is that? Circumference. Keep that in mind. We have this in here. Now what do? We have the outline of a circle. What is that? That will give us, 1 second. So 2 pi r. Now remember, again, the radius is supposed to be half of 35. Half of 35, not the entire thing. This is the diameter. So 17.5. 17.5 times 2 times 22 over 7. Now let's start. 17.5 times 2, again, you divided it to find the radius, and then you will just multiply it in the question. So you'll get 35. 35 times 22 over 7. I just find the radius because radius is used in the area as well. So it's always better to understand how to find the radius. You can also use the formula for circumference, pi times diameter. So you can just put the diameter directly inside. Okay, so 35 times 22 over 7, 1 here, 5 here. 5 times 22 is, what do you get 5 times 22? As 110. So you found out the outline of the circle, the complete circle. Now what's left behind the 65 at the bottom here? And the 65 above. So 65 plus 65, you're going to get plus 65 plus 65, get 240. Now this is not where the question ends. 240 is only the distance here, right? It's a distance. What are they asking for? They're asking for the time it takes the car to make one lap only. Okay, So 240 is the distance. 240 is going to be your distance. Distance, what is your speed? Speed is 12. Now, when you want to find, usually, what is the formula? The formula is D. It's speed times time. Now, what do you want? You want the time. So distance over speed is what? Distance over speed is 240 divided by 12. Divide by 12, what do you get? You get 20 here. Okay, I'm going to end the video here because the next question is the same. You have repeating it from the previous ones. The radius of a small circle is 3 centimeters. What is the area? Pi r squared. 3 times 3 is 9 pi. Then they multiply the radius of the larger circle by 5. So that's 3 became 15. The 15 times 15, that's 225. And then you just simplify it. You divide by 9, and 225 divided by 9. So 225 divided by 9 is your 25. There you go. Okay. Take care of yourselves. Good luck for your exam. And don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, I know it's too late, but you can ask me right now. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.